I've come all the way from Slovenia to visit
Andertons.
Well, it's been 9 years since we've been
Nine
shooting
beautiful
stupid
years.
videos together. And I remember one of the first things we ever did was we came to Andertons.co.uk in Guildford.
We did.
And we did a little let's look around the store thing, followed by our Slash video, which is now...
That was where you nicknamed me the captain.
That's right.
In that actual video.
I literally stopped mid-flow and I said, actually, rather than being Lee, could you be Captain Lee? And he was like, why? And I went, trust me. It's a good idea. We thought we'd refresh the... come and check out Andertons.
Yeah, we've changed a lot over the last 9 years. It's bigger, it's better, it's got nice new fonts that we use for the name of it. So yes, welcome to Andertons in Guildford, the premier place to buy your musical instrumentals. Can you do the Karate Kid thing like he had to do on the thing in the sea? Do it, you've got to do it, you've got to... Okay.
The Countay. The Countay. It is an area of interesting items, like an Aladdin's cave of things that you might need but didn't know that you wanted until you're going to pay for your expensive guitar. Look up and go, oh, I need a premium grade cable.
Just see a picture of my granddad.
Yes.
There he is, look.
Oh.
So if you can zoom in over here, this is Harry Anderton.
Captain Grandad.
Yeah, Captain Grandad. And Harry, that's him standing at the counter of our first shop. And he started Andertons with my dad in 1964.
What was that Kent thing behind him?
No, that's just spelt wrong. I've no idea. Kent, it might be a pickup.
I wonder if it was Kent Armstrong.
Would not know if that brand went back that far. That's right, that's an early Chapman.
That's an early Chapman prototype wah pedal.
And you know, that guitar that he's holding, I've still got.
That's undeniable proof
Yeah.
that the Andertons family are time travelers, as is the Moog. This is what I like to call the MT and G cave.
MT, oh, because it's Martin Taylor and Gibson.
Absolutely correct there, Captain Anderton.
And if you were Martin Taylor, the guitar player, and you endorsed Gibson,
Yeah.
how weird would that be? Hi,
Yes.
I'm Martin Taylor, this is my new Gibson. I don't think I think he has at some point endorsed Gibson.
You know what? I first saw Martin Taylor, total crowbar subject change from what we're doing here, but as a
We are the masters of the crowbar.
We are. From our thieving past. From when I was 18 at the ICMP Guitar Institute in Acton, where he came along and did a demo, and my face was like this. Because you can do 5 things with each individual finger, each one doing a different thing. Bass, lead, a different kind of lead, harmony. He's mad. But yeah, he would be happy if you came here.
Yeah, this is what we like to call our acoustic lounge. You can come in, take a comfy seat in the window, pick up some handcrafted guitars from Martin or Gibson or Taylor, or you know, who knows in the future, maybe other brands, and just enjoy the pleasant sensation of playing a G chord on a really great acoustic guitar.
This is where you'll find all of the very expensive acoustics and sometimes more affordable acoustics and things like ukuleles and other fun wooden oddities.
The ukulele's a thing, isn't it? I've never really got into ukuleles, but my little girl's got a ukulele and she loves it. So yes, where we're at now is where we sell some of the more affordable acoustics. So it could be anything from learning to play and getting your first acoustic for under £100, right through to some of the really probably the best examples of what you can get from the Far East with brands like PRS and Faith and Sigma and what other, Epiphone, Fender.
These are all, I mean, some of these are like mega pro end. I mean, you can still tour and gig and record all these. I mean, I do. But I think it's nice to go in the big room and check out the big boys' toys, and then come out and go, did I really need that big boys' toy? Probably did.
This is, in terms of value, this is where it's at, isn't it? With all, you know, when you spend £600 or £700 on a decent Far Eastern made acoustic guitar, you get crazy quality. Anyway. We now enter the domain of the electric guitar.
Guitar world.
Guitar world.
Yes.
Where
Everyone gets given a phone
black-shirted clad Andertons people await to serve your every dying need.
Well, not every need.
Well.
Why don't you come with me to one of my favourite
Come
areas?
with me on a journey into the realm of electric guitardom. Welcome to Fenderland.
Now, disappear. One of my favourite looking strats is the Candy Apple Red Relic. Oh, it's such a beautiful looking custom shop, and it almost fulfills all of the criteria I need in my next Strat purchase. Lee, what about you?
Oh, I have just found the ultimate Strat for being completely comfortable with my sexuality. This is great. Shell pink.
You know who would really like that Strat?
Well, Matt Knight definitely would. Shout out to Matt Knight at Boss.
Your little girl in about 15 years.
Yeah, do you know what? You're right, actually. She's a proper princess.
There
She'd
you go,
love
Grace,
this.
I got your back. This is what I like about Andertons, is that very often I'll walk around it, and I'm here once a month for 2 days, and I'll go, what's that?
Well,
and I'll see something that I've probably demoed and forgotten, or I've never seen before.
Well, it's got a great name. The name is for you. It's a Space Hawk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great brands in the world now. We try and do our best to stock them all, but you know, there's a little bit of Reverend stuff here. There's a little bit of Gordon Smith stuff here. So it's not just the famous brands. There's kind of quirky stuff too.
Is Space Hawk the juvenile sidekick of the Nighthawk?
It's the Reeves Gabrels signature model. But
do
yes,
you remember when you did Nighthawk the Hooded Beak?
The Hooded Beak, and you wrote a song for it.
Yeah, I did.
Ah, so many great memories. So many great memories.
Just around a lot. You know what? We shouldn't overlook the second-hand section.
It's never been bigger in Andertons, Mrs. The second-hand section. We have a dedicated page for second-hand stuff on our website. What's on display here is just a fraction of what we've got for sale second-hand.
Like this Aria Magna for 149 quid.
Yeah, I mean, this or this Chapman ML something or other that's...
never heard of them.
Yeah, never heard of them. Yeah, loads and loads. And honestly, the most visited page on our entire website is the second-hand page.
Really?
And you're probably talking about at least 50, 60 new listings a week.
So I have bought, I think, 2 guitars from the Andertons second-hand department. Do you recall what the first one was?
One was a green. One was a green BC Rich Gunslinger.
That's exactly the one I was thinking of.
But I don't know what the second one was.
I can't remember. I just know I bought one. It'll be in my storage.
I bought you a second-hand guitar anyway.
You did
for a video later
but
today.
We haven't shot and I haven't seen it.
Well, again, following on from sort of doing some of the brands that are less well known. Probably a bit unfair to say Music Man is less well known, but we do quite a bit of Music Man stuff here. Mainly probably artist signature models, so the Valentine, the Petrucci, we've got St. Vincent's Luke. There'll be a discount on this one now where Rob just dinged the big chip out of it.
It's all right, Sterling won't mind.
And then supporting some of the less well-known luthiers, so we'll do Gray guitars. That's a Tom Gray, a British luthier, makes some fantastic stuff. Hanson guitars, is that the lightest, nicest sort of like,
That's really light.
So that's a Danish brand called Hanson. Got some of their guitars here.
Oh, these are the ones that Mr. Honore were really into.
Well, Mr. Honore, being a native Dane, is always supportive of his fellow countrymen.
I like how the 12th fret is like a meme. It's like,
hello. Friedman guitars, which if you didn't know, you might know of Friedman amps, but if you didn't know, Grover Jackson now works at Friedman making the guitars. So yeah.
This is the kind of, I don't want a Strat or a Telly, but I want something a little bit like it, but a little bit different.
It's exactly that.
So I'm going to come to this part of Andertons and then be really fulfilled in my spirituality. If you've got roughly £3 to just burn away, you may as well come here.
Oh, it's like the home of insane flame.
Andertons carries everything from standard through to custom shop.
But if your wallet doesn't stretch that far, we also have a great selection of official Gibson licensed copies from Epiphone.
That looks lovely, sir. Peter was looking for a penguin. He loves the big black and white flightless birds. And we actually tried, for the first time, a really cool like, leather-bound Chet Atkins. And it was really sick, and we both really wanted it, but we were like, it looks a bit cowboy odd. It played incredibly well, and now I've got a little bit more fondness in my heart for the Gretches.
I want to talk to you guys about jazz. I'm not talking about jazz mags, I'm talking about jazz styles of music.
Jazz?
Great jazz guitars tend to be semi-acoustics, deep bodies, a couple of humbuckers, a couple of P90s maybe. Anyway, we've got a great selection of Ibanez, a great selection of Gretsch, and actually, if we spin round, we've got a super selection of Gibsons too.
Now, many of you will be familiar with Duesenberg, wonderful German guitar company, but did you know that the owner of Duesenberg actually is a massive fan of cookery, and as such, he thought it fit to miniaturize some cooking implements and add them to the guitars. For example, you'll see here, a tiny saucepan attached to this volume knob. Just a little personal touch, which I think really sets off the brand of Duesenberg. Oh, okay. Lee, why are drums so important to Andertons?
Well, little known fact is that my grandfather and father, who started this store, were both semi-professional drummers, and my brother is a professional drummer. So it's seeped in the veins of Andertons to sell drums.
Hit it, Lee. Do you know anything about drums?
No. Well, yes.
Do you?
Well, no.
Pianos.
Pianos, keyboards.
Pianos.
Yeah, keyboards. They're
keyboards.
Keyboards, pianos.
Pianos.
Keyboards, synths.
Yeah.
Keyboards.
You know, a lot can happen in 10 years, Lee.
Yeah.
But we
Our
have
entire relationship.
well, we have 9 years.
Well, it's
So, what do you think we should do on our 10th year anniversary?
good question.
Orange, Blackstar, Egnator, pointy, death, wizardry machines, all the kinds of thing that you want if you know what's good for you.
Ibanez, ESP, Jackson, Charvel, and Schecter.
Pedals, Lee?
No, not really.
What, no pedals anywhere?
Well, kind of one or two.
You must have some.
Well, yeah, okay. There's a few.
Actually, quite a lot then, Lee.
Well, yeah, probably thousands.
What are these 4 rooms for then, Lee?
Well, they're our demo rooms, so that you can come to Andertons, try anything you like in the of your own private booth. Hi, Rob.
That's better. Can I come in, please, sir?
Is your name on the list?
I don't think so. This is arguably my favourite room in the entire of Andertons, Lee. It is because this is just a collection of guitars that I will one day own.
Yes, indeed. You can, if you wish, splurge weeks, months, perhaps years of your hard-earned cash on one of the beautiful American PRSs that we have on this side of the room, or indeed satisfy your new guitar addiction with a more affordable guitar from the SE side of the room.
But why would you want to go SE when you can go with with the exotic Wood Library Custom 24 in purple burst quilt maple 10 top carina back pattern fit state plate paper back?
Well, so we're singing in here, it's all about the bass.
I'm not singing that.
No, sing it. It's the bass department.
I'm not going to sing that. Can't we sing a little bit of Voodoo Child instead?
What relevance has that got to do with bass guitars?
Standing next to a mountain!
All about the bass.
Of
about
basses.
The bass. No treble.
I'm standing next to a mountain of basses.
Right, come on then, Grandmaster Flash. Welcoming Mark Flynn on the bass.
So I never used to be interested in PA gear, ever. Wasn't a thing for me until I became a vocalist. And then when I got into things, you know, like interesting digital heads and stuff that don't necessarily need to go through a guitar amp. Now this kind of stuff is interesting, but I have a question. When are they going to make this kind of stuff that isn't black?
But there is none more black.
You know, Lee, my ultimate dream through all of these 9 years has to become a slat display person.
Oh, it's
like this.
It's the pinnacle.
I just
it's when
wonder,
you know you've made it.
I wonder one day when I'll
Rob Slatman.
when I'll be given that opportunity.
And if you can't find what you're looking for at your local Andertons store,
We've probably got you covered. We should do more Andertons video trivia though.
we should. Okay, so video trivia is, what was the name of the two 80s washed up cowboy guitar players that Rob and I used to use for Charvel videos?
Put in the comment section below right now for your chance for us to see the correct answer. And then at some point you're going to stop and you're just going to look at me and I'll do a solo.
Okay, 3, 2,
1.
And... Can you hear me, Rob?
We're going to need like a countdown because I won't be able to hear you in here.
I can hear
maybe
you, so
go
you
like-
count down from 3.
And then we're out.
Yeah,
Did Lee hear that?
yeah. Who's doing the count? Sorry, Rob, who's doing the countdown then?
I'm gonna count
Oh, okay, I see it. Didn't work. And if you can't find what you're looking for... Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.